Okay, let's see if I can do this intro in the time that it takes Bardwell to do his little warm-up dance before his live streams. All right, I started FPV in 2025, specifically March, I believe, and I put somewhere around this many hours into sim and probably this many hours of IRL flights. This right here is one of my first ever flights. Even though I was just cruising around, it was at that moment that I knew I was absolutely addicted to this shit. So much so that I even started neglecting some of my other hobbies because flying was just the best shit ever. Okay, really quick, editing sauna here. Look at that timeline, boy. Okay, I almost didn't post this video, and I wanna talk about why really quick. So I want this channel to have a lot of flying, and this video is mostly me sort of reflecting on 2025 and how I plan to improve in 2026. I have a ton of flight clips from this year, that most of which have not been featured on this channel before. So when I put a flight clip in this video, I'll overlay on screen how far into my FPV journey that flight was. For instance, if it was 2 months, I'll put up 2 months into FPV. So you can see sort of how long it might take to develop the skill to do certain maneuvers. So this video is kind of like a checkpoint for me. So I don't know, I guess I'm just feeling like self-conscious that this video is more about ideas rather than just pure flying. And I want you to let me know how you feel about that down below. Like if this is a welcome type of video or if I should just do like strictly flying stuff. And make sure you watch to the end because I pull some parallels between FPV and skateboarding, which seriously like changed my life. So yeah, I don't know, I just figured I'd mention that. Okay, back to the video. So yeah, I flew a ton, I built a bunch of drones, I acquired a lot of FPV drones. Yeah, way too many, but also not enough. But as the hours added up, you know, I felt like I wasn't a bad pilot per se, but I definitely feel like I hit a plateau in 2025 where I'm just being too careful. Like my goal ultimately, hopefully in 2026, is to be even like 20% of what these guys are doing. I want to be flying like them. So in this video, I really want to break down how I progressed in 2025, where I think I hit a plateau, and how I'm planning to break through and reach the next level in 2026. But I think a lot of my plateauing that I hit in 2025 has a lot to do with something that I learned from playing the game Arc Raiders. It might not make sense right now, but bear with me, trust. Sup, I brought you in closer. Okay, so if you guys don't already know, I'm a huge proponent of sims. I think that they are necessary for developing the fundamentals to eventually do really cracked freestyle. And look, I'm not gonna lie, I feel pretty nasty in the sims sometimes. Like I was just filming some B-roll for this video and I'm pulling off stuff like this, which feels awesome, but then translate to real life and there's like so much hesitation like this, and I know real life has more nuance. So the sim removes fear and then real life adds it right back. So if you want to take your flying to the next level, I think we have to talk about gear fear. Okay, this is where Arc Raiders comes in. So gear fear is this notion in extraction shooters where, wait, really quick, if you don't know what an extraction shooter is, it's basically this type of game genre where you load up your character with gear and then you drop into a game, and if you die, you lose all of that gear. But if you make it out, all of the stuff that you have in your inventory, you get to keep, and you get to choose when you bring that stuff back into the game or when you sort of hoard it. So there's this big sentiment surrounding people that play this game where if you only have like a few good things, you don't want to go use them because you're afraid of losing that gear. Hence, gear fear. Okay, and to me, my good gear, my goop, my good loot are my DJI drones because these things are expensive. I'm afraid of breaking these things because I want to be able to consistently fly every day or whenever I want, and I don't want to always be repairing this or having to save up for new gear. So I want to know your guys' thoughts on this because for me, it's like I'm not taking the flights that I should take that's going to get me to the level of the pilots I talked about earlier. There's too much hesitation, or at least I hesitate when the gear is expensive. And I want to know your thoughts on that as well, so let me know in the comments. Okay, look, don't get me wrong, I love DJI, and I've captured like shots that I will literally never forget, and it's super nice flying in HD, but I would definitely be lying if I say I don't constantly think about the cost of this stuff, especially when I'm flying. And when something kind of feels irreplaceable, especially going into 2026 where like the repairs of DJI stuff is uncertain and getting new air units is uncertain, I definitely fly differently even if I don't realize it until after the fact. So that's where I thought something like the O4 Lite was gonna like solve all my problems because it's about half the price of the O4 Pro. It's lighter, it's cheaper, but sadly, I broke 2 of these things in 1 week with like really light freestyle. Going into 2026, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get these repaired in the US. So my answer, these. So I was browsing Meps King's website recently, shout out Meps King. Couldn't believe they had the HD0 goggles for this cheap compared to what they're in the US. They've since raised the price on the website. Not sure if this was a glitch or if this was just like a one-time sale, but this is killing my bank account, guys. But I gotta do it for the channel and for my progression. So my goal with these is to be able to fly HD0 stuff down the line, but really analog. I want to be able to fly both. I don't want to spend $1,000 on 2 pairs of goggles. So I think flying analog is going to remove so much gear fear, especially little tiny whoops that are like $100, because I'm simply going to be less afraid of them breaking like my 04 lights and less afraid of losing it at the top of a tree because it's half the price. Oh yeah, and let me know what tiny whoop I should pick up, either a 65 or 75 millimeter. I'm thinking maybe Air 65, Air 75 to practice when these new goggles land. Maybe the newbie drone race spec? Not sure. Let me know your opinions down below. Which one do you want to see me pick up? So going into 2026, here's how I'm going to approach FPV. I'm gonna lock in real life flights on analog gear for a while on purpose. And I'm gonna push myself to do maneuvers at the places that I normally fly that I'm afraid to do now because, like, check this out. There's these trees at this place that I fly, and it feels like this would be perfect for a power loop on like a 3S or 4S. But I never do the power loop because I'm afraid that I'm gonna mess up mid-maneuver, crash into the top of the tree, and then I'm gonna have to throw a football at the tree or poke it with a pole, and when it falls down, the air unit's gonna be Hopefully, analog will remove some of that gear fear, but I guess only time will tell. And it's not only just about the price. I think it's also about durability for me. And again, let me know if this is just cope, but I feel like analog stuff and HD0 stuff is more resilient to freestyle flight. Whereas, I mean, the 04 Pro seems super duper solid in terms of build quality. Crash resistance, I mean, check this out. You can even see these like artifacts in the frame when I crashed really hard once, and I'm still using that 04 Pro with no issues. 04 Lite, on the other hand, I mean, literally my bind button fell off when I was just flying. So yeah, they're whatever. Hopefully analog gear is more robust. That's what I'm trying to say. And then I'm also gonna try to set goals for my sessions. So I see so much crossover with skateboarding and FPV, and the way that people will just go to like one spot, like a rail or a ledge or a stair set, and just try, sometimes for their whole life, to land one trick. I mean, think Chris Jocelyn. If you guys don't know, this guy, this is a really famous stair set here in Southern California. It's called El Toro, and a lot of pro skaters try to do tricks down this thing. Obviously it's insane, and Chris Jocelyn in, I believe, 2018, tried to tray flip it and broke his truck when he was kind of rolling away. It took him 7 years to come back and fight that again. He landed it. He's skater of the year.
Tray flipped, caught it, and was standing up from it and was like, I did it. I did it.
And I just love the idea of showing up to a spot, maybe it's a gap or something to power loop, right? Like these trees at the spot that I was talking about that I never power loop, and just spending like the whole time working on that one thing, because to me, once you get it, it's the most rewarding feeling ever, and like nothing beats that. So I'm gonna try to set goals for my IRL flights. I usually just kind of take off and cruise and just do whatever feels right, but I feel like if I add purpose to those flights, set goals for myself, not only will I progress faster, but the sessions will be more meaningful. I'll feel more accomplished when I actually do the thing that I'm trying to do. Yeah, I kind of forgot what I was saying, but those are my goals for 2026. And then once I build up that confidence, maybe I'll throw the old 04 Pro in there and see if I can get that line in HD, or maybe throw a GoPro on an analog quad down the line. At the beginning of this year, or in March when I started flying in real life, I was really unhappy with my skill as a pilot. And that pushed me to get up early in the morning and hit these parking lots and stuff for like weeks and months on end, until I slowly started to develop a skill set that I'm just now becoming sort of satisfied with, if that makes sense. That said, I'm still nowhere near where I want to be. Like I said, I want to fly like the goats, or at least if I can get 10% of what the goats are doing, I'll be really happy. So I think this video will also serve as a way to like hopefully make sure I stay disciplined on that path, and also as a way to look back next year, hopefully see that I've progressed a lot. But yeah, if you started flying in 2025, let me know what you started on, like how many hours you think you've put in. Do you sim? Do you not sim? Did you maybe sim until you got a real quad and then stopped simming? Okay, I think that's all I got for you guys. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, give me a like if you found this video cool, interesting, blah, blah, blah. Hopefully we can hit 1,000 subs in 2026, and if we do, we're gonna whoop SeaWorld. I think it would be the most epic place to whoop. Peace.
Don't give up on me, yeah.